guys know about the climate change psyop? Do you ever wonder why the climate change debate always focuses up there instead of down here? Real quick, let's establish some numbers. Global pesticide market, worth $78 billion. It's expected to double by next year, $130 billion. Corn and cornstarch derivatives, $74 billion. Agricultural equipment market, $170 billion. Global soybean market, $150 billion. Global vegetable oil market, $255 billion. The US healthcare system, $808 billion. US hospital facilities market, $1.4 trillion. Oh, hey Bill. So, keep all those numbers in mind while we break this down. Left-wingers, you're right. The climate is changing, but a lot of you are being hoodwinked by big money interests that are using climate change as a tool by which to sell you solutions that do nothing to solve any problems and actually just make them money. You're not following the science, you're following the narrative. At least some of you are. And you need to chill out and open your minds and listen to the other side. Right-wingers, a lot of you guys are being extremified into trying to pretend like nothing about the planet is changing just because you have correctly noticed that climate change is being used as a villain to allow corporations to take control over things they have no business controlling and to offer solutions that aren't actually solutions but are just profit manipulation. You're right. There is a climate change hoax, but climate change itself is deeply evidenceable in many ways. And the left wing vilifying the right about their climate change denial and the right wing vilifying the left about their climate change hoax is a psyop. And it is intentionally stoked and designed to keep you arguing about greenhouse gas emissions and renewable energy when the actual problem and the actual solutions are right under our feet. And I'm not saying that greenhouse gases is not a debate we need to have. What I'm saying is that it is easily politicized and the one beneath our feet is not. And you're about to very quickly see why they try to have us focus at the air instead of on the soil. Because when we look at the soil, everybody agrees. The right wing and the left all get it. Why is that, you ask? That's because farmers, a mostly right-wing demographic, understand that healthy crops come from healthy soil. Healthy soil is the base of the whole food system. It's being destroyed by the culture of tillage of our fields, and then the spraying of pesticides on those tilled fields after we've destroyed the topsoil. Then the government subsidizes feed crops like corn that is sprayed prolifically with things like glyphosate, which is a, let's say, alleged carcinogen. I mean, let's be real, TikTok is probably gonna shadow ban and censor this video anyways. So when those chemicals go into our soil and destroy the soil microbiome that is supposed to be keeping our planet healthy, and it leaches into the water supply, and it gets into our food sources, and it gets into our bodies and our babies, what do you think that's doing to us? Let's be clear. Pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, they are toxic chemicals. That is the point. They were designed as toxins and then repurposed. What you're seeing in the background are clips from the documentary on Netflix called Kiss the Ground, a documentary about regenerative agriculture. And they lay out very clearly not just how poor soil treatment is creating deserts all across our planet and destroying the soil that grows our food, but then how the food that we have learned to grow in place of healthy soils is full of chemicals and lacking in nutrients and detrimental to our health. It's a cycle that came out of the industrial war economy and was built on top of the vacancy of profits that chemical companies needed after World War II. The very first pesticides and herbicides were literally invented as human toxins for certain things to be done to certain peoples. No joke. I'm gonna have to cut this clip pretty soon because it's about to get to the zones where TikTok will censor us. But that's the shit that we spray on our food crops in order to keep weeds from growing in the fields. But the problem is soil is alive. It's a thriving ecosystem that's supposed to be filled with billions of microorganisms that process nutrients, that sequester carbon into the soil to feed the plants. We're not talking about global warming means drive your car less. We're talking about this is how plants grow on farms. This is how forests grow. This is how the planet evolved, became to be like hell. This is how God made it. Like whatever you believe, we can directly observe that this is how crops grow. And farmers know this. Soil full of microorganisms grow better, healthier crops. They fill with water more fully and prevent water runoff and drought and desertification. And it creates rich, healthy soil that grows a whole rich diversity of plant life that's super good for us and good for animals to eat. Oh yeah, animals, what do we do with them in the meantime? We stuff them into cages and we feed them all this glyphosated corn and soy and shit that we grew on the fields that they were supposed to be great. Like, do I need to go on about this? We all agree that this is a problem and that this is how things are supposed to look, and this is how things look today. And it's really obvious why this is a problem. And regenerative agriculture solves all of those problems for really cheap. It's actually profitable. But it's not profitable for them, or for them, or for them, or for, oh wait, how'd that photo get in there? Do you understand what I'm saying? The issue is being intentionally obfuscated by having everyone focus on the air and renewable energy and vehicles that have a lot of by the part that is far more complex and controversial, instead of talking about the soil, which is the solution to everything, our health included. Because a huge amount of the current money systems that rule our world are all dependent on this sick planet, sick people system. So I'm running out of time. This is gonna have to be a series, but there's a movie being shown around the country right now called Common Ground. It's the sequel to the one I've been showing you in the background. And certain powers that be tried to censor it. I'll talk more about that in another video. But it's showing in these cities at these theaters, and in these cities at these theaters, and you should go see it. This is not a sponsored post. They did not pay me to say this. And if you've made it this far, hell, let's dox ourselves. I live in this city right here, and I'm gonna go see this showing right here. And if y'all wanna come hang out and be homies, let's go watch this movie together. Cause this shit matters a lot. Let's sell this baby out so dang hard. I'll make another video about it, we'll make something organized, we'll go do it. Okay, that's all I got time for. Bye. Wait, actually, I never say this, but this is one of those videos that you might actually want to download and save and repost to other accounts, because it's probably not going to stay on this one for very long.